People often say that villages keep secrets that cities can never understand. Some secrets are buried beneath old trees. Some remain hidden inside abandoned houses. And some wait silently in forgotten graveyards. This story begins with an 18-year-old boy named Arjun. Arjun had spent 6 years studying in another country. When his studies were finally complete, he decided to return to his ancestral village, Awara, a quiet village surrounded by forests, rivers, and an old graveyard that the villagers avoided after sunset. The villagers believed strange things happened there. Arjun laughed whenever he heard such stories. He believed only in science. One rainy evening he boarded the last bus toward Awara. As the bus entered the village road, heavy rain covered the windows. Suddenly, every passenger became silent. The driver slowed the bus. Arjun noticed a pale figure standing beside the road. When lightning flashed, the figure disappeared. No one else reacted. It was as if nobody had seen it. A cold chill ran through his body. Late at night, Arjun finally reached home. His parents rushed outside. His mother hugged him tightly. His father smiled with tears in his eyes. The family shared dinner together while talking about his life abroad. Everything felt peaceful. By 11 p.m. everyone went to sleep. Outside, only the sound of crickets and the wind filled the darkness. At exactly 2:30 a.m., Arjun suddenly woke up. He heard soft footsteps outside his bedroom. Then came a whisper. It was so faint that he couldn't understand it. He opened the door. Nobody. The hallway was empty. The courtyard was silent. Even the dogs had stopped barking. He searched every room. Nothing. He returned to bed, but before closing his eyes, he heard breathing behind him. He turned around. No one was there. The next morning Arjun told his parents everything. His mother laughed. His father said, "You have traveled too much. You're just tired." His grandparents told him not to think about ghost stories. Arjun tried to ignore it, but deep inside, something felt terribly wrong. The following night, 2:30 a.m., again, the whisper returned. This time it clearly said, "Arjun." His heart nearly stopped. He slowly asked, "Who's there?" Silence. Then the whisper came again. "Help me." The room suddenly became freezing cold. The window opened by itself. A dark shadow appeared near the door. Arjun screamed. His parents rushed into the room. The shadow disappeared. They found nothing. Again, nobody believed him. The next night Arjun decided not to sleep. He kept the lights on. He waited until morning. Nothing happened. He finally relaxed. Maybe it was all in his imagination. But the following evening, the village felt different. Birds stopped singing earlier than usual. The air smelled like wet soil. Old villagers looked at him strangely. One elderly man whispered, "Don't answer voices after midnight." Before Arjun could ask why, the old man walked away. At exactly 2:30 a.m. the next night, the whisper returned. This time Arjun answered, "What do you want?" A pale figure slowly appeared in the corner of the room. Its face was covered in shadows. Its voice sounded weak. "I need your help." Instead of running, Arjun asked question after question. "Who are you? Why me? What happened?" The spirit answered only one thing. "Come with me." The bedroom door opened by itself. Without understanding why, Arjun followed. The spirit led him through empty village roads, across silent fields, into the oldest graveyard in Awara. Broken graves surrounded him. Cold wind blew from every direction. Suddenly, hundreds of pale figures slowly rose from the ground. Some cried, some whispered, some stretched out their hands. They looked trapped. Arjun tried to run, but no matter how fast he ran, he always returned to the same grave. The spirits whispered together, "Help us." The ground beneath him suddenly collapsed. Everything turned black. At sunrise, the old caretaker of the graveyard discovered Arjun unconscious beside an ancient grave. His phone was still in his pocket. The caretaker immediately called his parents. Arjun was rushed to the hospital. Doctors found no serious injury, but they couldn't explain why his body temperature was unusually cold. When Arjun woke up, his parents asked what had happened. He simply replied, "I don't remember." But he remembered everything. He just couldn't bring himself to tell them. For the next month, every night, exactly 2:30 a.m., the whisper returned. Sometimes footsteps echoed through the house. Sometimes someone knocked 3 times on his bedroom door. Sometimes he saw shadows standing outside the window. His parents finally realized something was terribly wrong. Arjun was becoming weak. He stopped smiling. He barely slept. Desperate to save their son, the family visited a respected spiritual healer. The healer listened quietly. He handed Arjun herbal medicine for comfort and gave him a protective thread after performing traditional prayers. He warned, "Fear gives darkness strength. Keep your mind steady, stay with your family, and do not follow unknown voices again." That night, the whisper came once more. But this time, it slowly faded away. The room became warm. The silence returned. Months passed. Arjun recovered. Years later, he married and started a happy family. He never heard the whisper again. But every year, on the night he returned to Awara, he quietly placed flowers near the old graveyard. He never spoke about what he saw. Even today, the villagers still avoid that graveyard after sunset. And some people claim that at exactly 2:30 a.m., a lonely whisper can still be heard calling someone's name, perhaps waiting for another traveler to answer. Whether this was a supernatural event, a dream, or something science cannot yet explain, no one truly knows. If this story kept you awake, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more terrifying horror stories every week. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next nightmare. And before you leave, tell us in the comments, what would you do if you heard someone whisper your name at 2:30 a.m.? Sleep well. We'll see you in the next story, if the darkness lets you.